Thanks, guys. I'm Alexis Waringa here with Christopher Hove, who is the Director of Operations for the U of M Food Recovery Network, here to tell us a little bit about what the organization does and how you can get involved. So can you just first off start out with telling us what your organization does?
Food Recovery Network is a national organization which recovers food from university dining halls, food that is prepared but is not actually presented and would therefore be thrown out otherwise. What Food Recovery Network does is we recover that food and take it to hungry communities. Now, what the University of Michigan chapter of this does specifically is we take that food from the dining halls, we transport them over to food gatherers, and they're the ones who then take that food to hungry communities.
Great. And so can you tell us about how many people are in your group and how people can get involved?
Right now, we have 7 members as part of our leadership committee, but what we need right now is more volunteers because we are only recovering out of 1 dining hall right now, and that's Markley. And if we're going to expand to other dining halls, and we'd like to expand to 3 by the end of the semester, we're going to need more volunteers. And if people want to get involved, we have a mass meeting this Wednesday, January 30th, at the Pond Room in the Michigan Union. If anyone's interested, I would like to invite anyone who wants to come to please come to the Pond Room at 6:30 this Wednesday. We would love any volunteers that we could have.
And so when does your group usually meet? Do you have regular meetings? When do you go out to collect food?
The leadership committee commonly meets once a week on Fridays. But what we do right now is we're recovering Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every weekday out of Markley. And so that's mainly when volunteers would be asked to show up, is once a day. We will have 1 driver and about 2 or 3 people to recover in each of those days. And so that's when most volunteers would be expected to come and do their part.
And so what kind of a time commitment would that be?
It seems right now that if anyone besides the original leadership committee, I'm sure that if anyone would really want to pursue a position on the leadership committee, we would be open to that. But so that would be about an hour and a half every Friday. Otherwise, right now you'd be assigned to once or twice per week for each recovery, and that's about 30 minutes of each of those.
Okay. And so can you just tell us why this program is important for students to get involved with and its importance here at Michigan especially?
What's really great about this organization is I've heard a lot of people have this idea already, like why are we throwing out food from dining halls when we could just give them to hungry communities? I've heard of people saying, why can't we do this, even before we started creating this U of M chapter of the Food Recovery Network. And what's really great is this gives students the ability to actually do this, to really get rid of food waste in dining halls and really feed the hungry communities in Ann Arbor. And I think it's a really great opportunity. It's a really great service opportunity for students to do this, and I'm really excited to be a part of it.
Sounds great. And so can you just tell us any more information that you feel is important that for students should know?
Any additional information? Well, like I said, the mass meeting, that's the most important thing, is the 6:30 mass meeting at the Pond Room this Wednesday, January 30th. But all that's really going to be expected of each volunteer before they start work is there's going to be 1 training, 1 day of just training, of just general, per each dining hall, how are we going to recover the food, what part of the recovery is our FRN volunteers supposed to be a part of, what part of the recovery are the actual dining hall workers. It's going to probably be different with each dining hall as we go along. So
so I'm sorry to cut you off, but that's all the time we have.
Fine.
But thank you so much for coming in tonight and sharing all that information. We hope that students will find this something that they'd like to get involved with too, and it's just great to see what you're doing here at Michigan. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for that, Lexi. It's absolutely wonderful what the group is doing, gathering the unused, untouched food to give out to the people that need it. We'll definitely be keeping an eye on the group to watch as they progress. It's very exciting.
Yes, we will.